Hey, what's up? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have fun playing Kamigawa on MTG Arena because the new set has finally released, and I am so excited to be diving into this one with you guys. We have some fun shenanigans to be doing with a deck called Everyone a Ninja because Satoru Umezawa, a 3-mana human ninja, came out in this new set that says each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu. So even non-ninjas, even cards that don't have ninjutsu, suddenly you can pay 4 mana to be able to get it into the battlefield and use its ninjutsu ability. What is ninjutsu? Let's look at that real quick. So the ability right up here, return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card on the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. So if we have a flying eye twitch that gets in for damage because people don't want to kill it or whatever, and it's also flying, so it's evasive, we can also ninjutsu, pay 2 mana, get a Silver Fur Master out there instead that's tapped and attacking, so it's already unblocked, and you're going to get in for 2 points of damage. People can kill it after you ninjutsu. That is one of the issues with this one, but for the most part, we should be able to hit in for lots more damage because we have a bunch of evasive creatures that can be turned into much bigger creatures that hit for more damage. That's kind of the game plan of this deck. And there's a bunch of other ninja decks that do a little bit more where it's just focused on just the straight ninjas. We're going to be focusing mostly on Satoru with this deck. And so let's go and dive into a few of the fun creatures that we can have hit the battlefield. First off, we have Toski. We are already playing a bunch of evasive creatures. Toski is just the perfect ninja card, and that's why I'm slashing into green specifically. I think most ninja decks, I was thinking they would be really good black and blue, but I actually think the best versions right now are actually either mono black or the Sultai version. But this is really early on. We're going to dive into other stuff. So the game plan here, we want to be able to put onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, unblocked, an old Gnawbone for 4 mana. So instead of it costing 7, having to wait for it to a turn to survive to be able to hit in, we can have it already tapped and attacking for 4 mana as long as we have an unblocked creature, a Satoru, and we have an old Gnawbone on the battlefield. Then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. So some crazy stuff can happen. We make a bunch of treasure tokens. Let's say not only Gnawbone is hitting in, maybe a couple of 1 or 2 other creatures are hitting in. We got like 10 points of damage. We have 10 new treasures, 10 mana that we can use. And maybe Silver Fur Master was also on the battlefield. And so we're able to activate our ninjutsu abilities for even less. Then Satoru actually gets to work pretty crazy ways. So even after combat damage is dealt, even after we have old Gnawbone's abilities trigger, as long as we maintain priority and hold the stack, there's ways to you hold if you press control, you can hold onto priority so that it doesn't change phases on MTG Arena. Then you're able to activate the ability again. Even after combat damage is dealt, you still have attackers that are unblocked as long as you have other creatures. The old Gnawbone that came in doesn't count as unblocked because it didn't go through the blocking phase. But any creature that attacked in before that, we might be able to still utilize Satoru's ability, anticipate every time that we use a ninjutsu. So as we brought in old Gnawbone, we are using his other ability here to look at the top 3 cards of our library, put one of them into your hand, hopefully find more big creatures like Cemetery Desecrator, Toxrill, Cultivator Colossus, which kind of works as an alternative version of old Gnawbone, ramping us up, drawing a bunch of cards. And then we also have Coma that are just big, beefy threats that are going to be really difficult for people to deal with. And so on turn 4, we might be able to hit in for 10 points of damage, gain 10 treasures, and then drop out as many as we can find with the ninjutsu ability. With maybe 10 treasures, we can activate this a few different times with however many unblocked attacking creatures that we have, and be able to play out Comas, be able to play out Toxrill, Cemetery Desecrators. We can also just play them out afterwards as well. We don't have to use the ninjutsu. That's just a way to be able to maximize mana if it was available. But we can do that, and then we can also play out all of our creatures that we bounce back to hand. Again, get some more ETB effects of acquisitions experts, be able to just get more busted things like Binding Palm Ninja. When it enters the battlefield, you get a menace counter onto it. When it deals combat damage, you remove the menace counter and you get the Thoughtseize. Just exile a card that you choose from their hand, which is just busted, a non-land card. And then, but sometimes you want to be able to bounce that back and get the menace counter again. So we can do that if we want to. So there's just a bunch of really, really fun stuff we can do with this deck. We're going to see how it works. It is a little bit janky. We're going for big combos, but I think that overall we're going to be able to make this work. So let's go ahead and just dive into gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. All right, this is looking like a pretty sweet hand. We don't have any blue mana, which is a little bit awkward, so we can't really play Satoru, but we do have a couple good creatures. We can be able to start ninjutsuing stuff in general, so we're going to go ahead and keep this hand and see how it goes. Over here is my trusty Destiny MTG Assistant. If you guys want to check it out, link is down in the description. It's a free app that helps you out in MTG Arena if you are using MTG Arena. It's a really good app. It lets you know all the different cards here, all the different percentages that are going on. You can check out your opponent's deck if they have stuff over here. And we know, oh, they're playing a forest. It only shows what you actually see, but it just helps you keep track of stuff there. So anyway, awesome things in general. Let's go ahead and get out. So now we do have multiple colors. Let's go ahead and get this one out tapped first. All Storm Giants second. Get out the Kappa Tech. And then either Biting Palm or Satoru. We'll see if we have a big creature. If we have a big creature, I'm going to go for Satoru right away. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for the Wrecker here. So if they do have artifacts, enchantments, this is going to be a hassle for them. And that's what we want. We just want to be a hassle. That's all we're doing. So everyone is playing Magic, playing Kamigawa for the first time here. And it's always exciting to be diving into this new stuff. Whenever new sets come out, it is just so fun. But people do tend to take a little bit longer because everyone's reading new cards. They're trying to figure things out, trying to go through everything. So gameplay might be a little bit slower for these first few videos. I'm going to try to keep my videos about, about 30 minutes long of the gameplay that we're playing. So we're just going to keep doing that. All right, so here's the question as far as value goes. Getting a Thoughtseize right now is definitely valuable, but I think I am going to go for the Satoru, so we're just going to go ahead and attack in. They don't have any artifacts and enchantments. I'm not going to worry about the ninjutsu stuff. We're going to decline. See, these still are activatable during this time as well. And then we're going to go for Satoru. I have a friend, so I went to Hawaii for college, and there was a bunch of Japanese, Korean, and a bunch of Asian friends that I had there. And I had a friend named Satoru, and every time that he would introduce himself to someone new, he would always say, my name's Satoru, and people always got it the first time. Like, it's one of the easier names for Japanese. But he's like, it's a saw? And he would get so animated with it, and so every time that's what I think of, and it makes me really laugh. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attack in here. Let's see, what colors do I want to be able to play here? I think we're going to be playing an Eye Twitch afterwards, so we're gonna go ahead and attack in. Wait till after blockers, then we're gonna go Biting Palm onto Kappa Tech. This is going to help us try to dig for our big creatures. We get to anticipate and find something big. Toski's good enough. I'm definitely down for a Toski. We get to steal stuff from the library, take action. So let's see what they've got going here. All right, Kazul's Fury. So this is some sort of combo. They're doing body of research stuff. Oh man, I hate taking like the main combo that they're going for. But let's see what else is good here. This is kind of a crazy janky deck. We either take the Kazul's Fury, which is like the combo piece, or we take the Body of Research. They're so far away from that. They don't have any blue mana. So we actually take the Environmental Sciences and be jerks. And so, but you know what? Sometimes that's how Magic is. You just have to be a jerk sometimes. We have Eye Twitch. We also have these new awesome lands that came from this new set as well. You guys haven't seen these yet. Otawara, Soaring City, it's gonna be gone. All right, we can channel, we can bounce stuff with the land, and it's uncounterable. Insane stuff. Let's go on to the next one. I am Ninja, you are Ninja, we are Ninja too. You guys ever seen Ask a Ninja? It's so good. All right, we have all of our expensive stuff. We do have some things we can play, but that's a mulligan. And this is better. We'll keep this. We'll drop the Wrecker. And yeah, here we go. Unfortunately, no untapped blue source for the ninja, but we can play that later, and that's fine. Let's get out a Slash. Hello, how are you? Oh, wait, we got some new emojis to do this with. All right, so let's go ahead and play out the forest. We're going to go discard first or the Wrecker. Let's go discard first. Especially because we have two in a row with discard, and we can maybe bounce it back and play another one or something like that. There's just shenanigans. We get to play Thousand Face Shadow and the next one on the next turn. Up against Mono Green, getting rid of their stuff is great. Ooh, I like that land. It's so nice. All right, Snow Stuffs. Many, many Snow Stuffs. All right, play out. Yeah, just Acquisitions Expert. Get rid of something else. We don't have any other party members within this. It's just rogues, as far as I know, as far as I remember. Thousand Face Shadow. Big things are coming. It is terrifying. We have the Wrecker, though. Life should be good. Yeah, that's a big dude. It has haste as well. Right. No blocks. Down to 16. We get a hit in for 3. Not an enchantment, not an enchantment. So I think that we play this just for the sake of being able to bounce an acquisition decks back to hand. So yeah, we're going to do that. So attack in with everything. Yeah, with everything. So make sure I have black mana held up. Yes, we do. Ninjutsu in on you. Decline, no artifacts or enchantments this time, but we get more discard. Yes! So we've been able to get rid of lots of their cards already. And so this is awesome. We are getting rid of the worst cards with the Acquisitions Expert, but still card advantage in general. Good stuff. Man, that's big stuff. All right, we need to get to our big things quick. We need card draw. Blizzard Brawl. Yeah, it is indestructible, so no longer have a blocker there. Yikes. I mean, all the cards they kept were really good, and we are flooding out hard. I'm running 21 lands in this deck, and yeah, we're just gonna say no blocks and hope to not die here. They have the Lair of the Hydra. That would be lethal if we didn't block here. And so yeah, we just drew all lands. We have 25 lands. I'm actually running 61 cards in this deck, which is not a typical amount you run, but it's for fun. It's all that matters is that we're having a blast playing this game right now. Right here, right now. So bring out the Lair of the Hydra, it looks like, using Sculptor of Winter. I think it's actually better to be swinging in with Sculptor of Winter there. I guess they keep their Hydra alive, but I just don't know if we have a chance here anymore. We're going to take 8. We're going to block here because we can. You know what? They can kill 2 things. We get to kill their land. And then what? Yeah, I think that we just block 1 and we just try to survive here. Down to 3. Yeah, okay. All lands. Good game. That was a good one. And bye-bye. Yikes. All right, I mean, it's Kaloon, and I don't think we keep hands with a bunch of creatures without a Satoru, but we do have a decent early game. We have Eye Twitch. If it dies, we get stuff. Yeah, we'll keep this. We do want one of these in hand. It is part of the combo. But that is just 2 dead cards for a very, very long time right now. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's probably going to be fine. Ooh, I haven't seen this yet. The emoji or the thing over there, the pet. Eye Twitch, go. Pass the turn. All right, let's see. An Azorius player, perhaps. Always terrifying. Did not find a 2-drop. I was really hoping for that. Down to 19 past the turn. Most of our deck is really cheap. Only like 10% of our deck is these the big beefy dudes. New awesome artifact there. I like that one a lot. Tack in, get some discard going. Get a 3/3 out on the battlefield. The thing I like too about a lot of these ninjas is like if you need the ability to hit in, it's awesome. All right, so they have a 3/1 with flash, which means they can actually kill a Biting Palm ninja, which is annoying. Line Slash, Dissipate, counter spell. If it's countered this way, exile instead of. So it's 3 mana to counter. They don't have another blue source yet. So I think Doomscar is the biggest threat. This one we'll just trade off with. So get rid of the Doomscar right now. And we should be able to play around everything else okay. All right, so they do have the blue mana. So I'm hoping that they actually play out this Cathar right now and just trade off. So Ninjutsu actually can't be countered is another thing. So I could get in for another discard right away. So yeah, let's go ahead and just do it. It's an ability, not a spell, so it doesn't get countered. Just more discard. This means that we're losing out on putting out 3 points of 3 more power on the battlefield. But I think that eliminating their stuff right away is good. So they can flash us out, but it's already been unblocked. They cannot block it at this point. And so they can draw 2 cards if they want to, which is awesome. But So they're going to do that probably after we take their stuff. What do we want to get rid of? We have the abilities to dodge around most of the counter spells. And so just getting rid of this could be nice, just knowing that they don't have any kind of blocking ability. Lion Slash could be annoying. This is already exiled, so there's nothing going to be in the graveyards for this to get bigger. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the Catharan. We'll just play around the counter spell. If they want to counter Eye Twitch here, sure, go for it. They're going to draw 2 cards, which is the right play. Find more removal, find more stuff. We're just hoping to play this game as long as we can so we can get up to where we can just play an old Gnawbone. I mean, it's not the worst. We have a bunch of evasive creatures. We'll get a bunch of treasures. But they do have a full hand even after us discarding twice, which is... that's annoying. Stop that. All right, what you got, Kalune? All right, so we're going to be going for more ninjutsu stuff. We get to discard again with another Biting Palm Ninja. Go to blocking phase, Eye Twitch. Get the ability, get to replay the Eye Twitch. We can just do this for days. Days and days. We can bounce these guys back to hand as well and keep having this effect. Wandering Emperor. I love this card. I mean, I hate it right now, but I love it. So they're able to exile something that's playing out here. It's good. It's really good. All right, play out Eye Twitch. Pass the turn. Yeah, so this to me feels almost like a Settle the Wreckage. It doesn't hit all of the creatures attacking, but if you have any creatures you're playing as well, it becomes even better. 4 mana, flash it out. You can use loyalty abilities on the turn that it comes out to the battlefield, and then you can -1 to create a blocker, a 2/2. So if they're swinging with just like something cheap that you want to block, great, awesome. You know they're not attacking at Wandering Emperor because it wasn't there to attack beforehand. And then you can also just -2 to exile tapped creature. You can also play it at the end step if they're not attacking, doing whatever. There's just so many cool things you can do with this card. I'm a real big fan of it. I don't like that they just played it though. How dare they? And it is exiled. It's gone for good. Life is sad. Oh man, we need to draw some good stuff here soon. A lot of other ninjas tend to go more towards the card draw stuff. They're gonna put a counter onto this. They have some cards to exile here. It's if it was a permanent card, and so they do. This is a permanent, so they'll be able to be a 3/3 on the next turn. They still have, we got rid of the other guy that can flash in. They still are holding up a counter spell. Yeah, annoying stuff. Restoration goes and grabs planes. This card is interesting. The creature it creates is pretty awesome. The main thing here is it's a white card that ramps you up on turn 4, which I'm not sure that's actually good enough. Man, a lot of green creatures without a lot of good stuff to be doing with it. Let's... attack in at the Wandering Emperor, I believe. Do I go in with Eye Twitch or do I just get in for a little bit? I can destroy this, which is actually useful with a Wrecker. So we're going to do that. We're going to play it like this. If they want to trade off, I'm fine with that. It doesn't have reach, right? Okay, yeah, it doesn't have reach. They put out their 2 block. We'll see if they actually do. Okay, they do. So now we go for Cop Attack. The Ninja Turtle comes flying in, swords blazing. Should be a... I mean, it would be way better if it had a stick. Just saying. So yeah, take action. Exile that. Didn't get the Wanderer. They do have the ability to exile and other things right away. We don't have very big threats, which is really bad when we're playing up against a control deck. So yeah, Donatello is just better. That's what I was trying to say. Donatello is by far the best Ninja Turtle. Then Mikey, then Leonardo, then Raphael. If you beg to differ, do so in the comments. But you're still wrong. Just know that. All right, they got a Samurai. They have counterspells. Again, counterspells don't matter as much for this deck, but we still will have to play some things out at some point. They get 2 more cards to draw eventually. We're getting more lands. Lands is good. Play this out. It's an artifact or enchantment. I can force them to crack it right away, but I mean, I don't know if they'd be doing anything else. So let's attack in Eye Twitch there. These 2 at face. Up to 5 mana, that's not amazing, but still, if we do have Eye Twitch die, whatever, we have like Old Gnawbone, we can get Mascot Exhibition, we can start doing some things. Yeah, we just let this damage go through. We play out our other cards now. They could top deck into a board wipe. They're almost to enough lands to just be able to block with a 7/7 or start attacking with it. So I want to get out of this Wrecker. I'm worried that that's going to get blocked or countered here, but I'm kind of fine with that too. They counter that over whatever top deck we get. It's all good. They could have another Wanderer. That would be, or the Wandering Emperor. That would be bad. Back to Wandering. So lately I've been reading a lot of a book called Defiance of the Fall. It's really good, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on Amazon, it's on Kindle. I've also been reading mostly on railroad.com. It's just good stuff, my friends. All right, we're going wide. They're at 8 now. They either have to find the board wipe, which they have plenty of draws for it. If they board wipe, we at least get Eye Twitch. I mean, it's not great for us, but it's okay. It'll be fine. These old Gnawbones are really annoying. I probably should have mulliganed, but we've been able to play this one out. We do have a Coma in the deck, which is uncounterable. That would be sweet. There's the Doomscar. All right. Figured it was a coming. Necrotic Fumes gets Planeswalkers or creatures if we exile one of our own things. Containment Breach can actually hit some stuff here. We already have stuff to play on turn 7, so I think we either just go for Environmental Sciences, which we actually get... Yeah, let's go Environmental Sciences. It's a bit awkward. I am running 2 basic lands in this deck, just so we can run this as in the sideboard. In 3-color decks, there's enough good cards now that it really doesn't make a ton of sense to be playing much else. All right, so... Glide, Environmental Sciences. Oh, I'm playing 3. I'm playing 3, guys, and I have the beautiful lands here, which is really fun. Let's go. We already have enough green mana, so blue or black. Let's go blue. Pass the turn. Up to 22. We're letting them have time to do stuff. That's a good card. They have a counterspell for the first Gnawbone. I think we played out anyway just to get rid of the counterspell. They're going to be holding it up for forever. They have enough mana to be annoying about it and whatnot. They probably have another one of these Soaring Cities. So we're just going to play it out. We know it gets countered on this one. They get to bring stuff back from the graveyard, which is probably this Mnemonic Sphere. I believe the M is silent on that. Mnemonic. I'm right. Always. That's a busted play. You can either get lands if you need it. Oh, wait, no. This is from... Discard a card when you do return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can discard a land if you want it to come back. Bring this, whatever. Yeah, it's... I'm actually a big fan of this card. I think it's good. Which home it fits into, like, does it... I don't think it goes into mono white, but I do think that, like, this kind of deck is a good one. You can play it out, have a board wipe, and then have a 3/4 creature that enters the battlefield on the next turn. Yeah, Control loves this stuff. I hate them for it. How much do you think they have another board wipe? This would be the best play by far. We're going to go for Gnawbone again, or another counterspell. I feel like it's another counterspell. They're holding a bunch of mana up, but they also just have a bunch of mana. It could be Otawaru to bounce it back. Another Dissipate, yeah. Bummer. We're going to play this one out. We're in a very, very bad shape at this point, though. They played out their blue sources so they could activate the white with the white mana here with this. Get up to a 3/3. Hits in for with Hollow Storm Giants and this. That's like a 2-turn clock now. Terrifying. Very, very bad for us. And they got another 3/4. Yeah, 2-turn clock now. We have a Death Toucher, which helps. Like this much. Down to 19. Any good top deck, we have the mana to play it out. So, come on, something good. Toxtrill's awesome. It definitely gets countered, though, right? Or bounced or answered in some way. So playing out 2 creatures is going to be better here for us. So let's go ahead with the Eye Twitch. We're just trying to survive extra turns. They didn't go for the Hollow Storm Giant, so there is that. We have game-ending cards to find. If we find a Coma, their deck is going to be... They're either going to have a board wipe the next turn, which we'll have an answer for with the Serpent anyway. They can bounce stuff back, but they're going to have to be able to get in for damage. So as long as we can stop them from dealing lots of damage, as long as it takes, as long as we can do that and still find a Coma, we should be fine. Put stuff back into the library. Up to 4 target cards. Interesting. Yeah, big beefy dude. Bad stuff for us. Just have a bunch of 7-drops now. I mean, we got up to 7 mana. There's a reason we're playing 25 lands instead of 24. And playing 61 cards instead of whatever, you know? So yeah, we block. They've played a lot of counterspells so far. Still have 2 cards in hand, though. So we have Containment Breach, which exiles either one of these and gives us something. Yeah, that's the play. Have a removal spell. Hopefully find a blocker as well. Don't just grab another 7-drop. Because now we can play Toski and the Containment Breach. Toski is an indestructible blocker, which is nice. I'm expecting they'll counter this. I hope they don't, but here we go. Go for Lion Slash. They could bounce their own creature if they wanted to here. Just exiling more things for no reasons. And then they go for Test of Talents. Yeah, good job. I hate you so much. We're not going to have any more of those, but they do get to see what's in our hand. We have a Toxtril. They are empty-handed. They no longer have counter spells. Until they draw more cards or something, you know? Yeah, they get to see our hand here. We get to play out Toski. It is a blocker. We can block, you know, the biggest creature, but they have Hollow Storm Giants, a bunch of other stuff. Toxtril will help with the tokens that this guy makes. They'll give us more blockers. So, I mean, we're in okay shape as long as they don't top deck something amazing here. As long as we can get away with them drawing bad for like 2 turns, then life is great. Find another one of these guys, you know, whatever. That's fine. Destroy target artifact enchantment. We don't have many of those. We have to attack in the next turn, so we'll start losing blockers. They can block here and get a token. Memory Deluges. Ah, man, that means they're going to probably have counters. They're looking 4 deep. 4 cards deep, guys. They're thinking about it, though. They know we have a Toxtril. I just like how this deck is playing out. I mean, we haven't got the combo off yet, but I mean, we have cast a couple Gnawbones, you know? Not that that matters, but yeah, okay, block you. Take 4, down to 12. Play out a land. You haven't played a land yet. All right. Well, they probably didn't grab land. They might be playing Jori Disruption. Hopefully this helps us get around that. We'll go on more blue mana. Go Toxtril, come on. Be amazing. If they have the bounce spell as well, that ain't good. They have so many answers they can have for this, I'm sure. We have to attack in, make a token, let it go to the end step, put a slime counter on each thing. Yeah, it gets another token. And now the bounce. Yeah, all right. Good game, you got us. There it is, there it is. We played it out as long as we could, but it's all over. Up against Avernus, and a bunch of our one drops, but that's not the worst. Any good top deck becomes amazing here, any of our ninjas, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna try this one out. A lot of evasiveness. All right, opponent finally decides to play. Playing out a really good card. A little bit terrifying. Let's go with our... Yeah, let's go Ninja, play it out there, pass the turn. Silver Pearl Master just gives us a bunch of 2/2s, which is nice. If we find more of these, I'm fine with it. Unfortunately, this won't come in untapped, so can't play it next turn. Oh, this deck is insane. I actually am going to block here. We're trading off immediately. So, okay, they're playing the Boros artifact deck that is just absolutely terrifying, and I am scared for my life. So we're blocking and chumping as much as we can against this one. We play out a Death Touch creature. We have good blockers now. Pass the turn. All right. We're actually not in terrible... Like, we have a good matchup here. Wow, that is so loud. I think I might have my audio up louder than I used to. All right, we're going to go down a little bit there. All right, we have a Gnawbone, we have Master, we have Eye Twitch. We can only play one of these ones, though, so I guess that answers it for us. Actually, we can only play one altogether. That's a bummer. No flying stuff, right? We're just going to play Silver Pearl Master out. Playing Eye Twitch might have been nice just in case they had some sort of blocks, but we have a Death Touch creature already. The Double Strike is annoying. But just get in for 2. Down to 18, pass the turn. Hopefully find a Satoru. Come on, Satoru. Hot Shot Mechanic, more artifacts. Yep, that has Double Strike now. We're taking 6 there. Double Strike means I can't actually block with a Death Touch. Eye Twitch is the best blocker for this because we at least get value out of it. I'm just debating if I want to trade off here while I can. If it would die, it gets exiled. So their deck is built around having lots of enchantments and artifacts out, and so they get buffs based off having those. So I am just going to go ahead and kill this real quick. Just trade off, keep our life total a little bit higher. Down to 13. I don't want to go too low. They do have some things that can potentially get trample. That would just be bad. Put this on black. And Jutsu costs 1 less, so I could do this for 3. Oh wait, I don't have the double blue. Eye Twitch. It doesn't actually matter anyway. These at least get a little bit of a buff. Eye Twitch is a good blocker for this one, so we're gonna get in for it with attacking with our flyers and just try to block as much stuff as we can. Hopefully top deck enough things. Lair of the Hydra can be a 2/2 for us if we need it to be. Lang makes the 3/3. See how it goes. Eye Twitch will mean we can find a way to answer this as well, potentially. All right, more lands can get us up to Gnawbone. It gains us life. Containment Breach, I think, is just the way to go, though, right? Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, sorcery speed, but Hot Shot Mechanic. Another Lizard's Blade. 2/2 reconfigure. Okay. Pass to my turn. Hey, well, we get another blocker as well. I don't think we ever need more than 2 green mana. Or throw something black. There's a few other things we need black mana for. Yeah, I don't think there's a better target than just here. They can re-equip other stuff, but the thing that has a counter we want to get rid of. We have a blocker now for anything with Death Touch, or Double Strike, I mean. And now we kind of start racing a little bit. They can potentially get in for lots of damage this next turn, but I think what we did is the best there. Block there. We get to gain 1 life off of this pest. We get to kill something, reduce the amount of artifacts that they have. But now we really need blockers or whatever. Lair of the Hydra, maybe. Oof, man, that's a lot of things. A lot of things. That's a good thing. I like that. All right. We still have Lair of the Hydra up to be a blocker. We don't die, right? If they flash in something or give a buff of some way. 2 blockers, 3 blockers with Lair of the Hydra. Yeah, so we just flying with these guys. Whew, all right, here we go. I think we're getting there. Man, I want the Satoru thing to actually work out. We haven't found a Satoru in so many games. I can't fix that, guys. And I want to play more games and play longer with all this kind of stuff. I'll probably play 1 more to see if I can get there, but I can only play so many games. Down to 7. Okay, become a 1. Okay. So block here, block here, block here. They have to buff this like crazy to be able to get anywhere with this, and I doubt it's possible. We'll see. Reconfigure, I don't believe can go at source at instant speed. Oh my gosh. Good game. Gosh dang it. I knew I should have blocked the lizard. I was just like, oh, I can trade off with the mechanic. Life is going to be good. No! Oh my gosh. What is this card? Channel. Does it give him trample as well? It does give him trample. Dang, that's so good. Wait, let's look at this. So 2 mana to channel, discard it. I didn't realize that this had the ability. I totally forgot about this card. That's a really good effect. 2 mana, +3/+1, gains trample on a turn. Can't be countered. Yep. Well, okay then. All right, we found a Satoru, finally. But now we have a really expensive hand. We're going to keep this. We're going to hope to find a 1 or 2 drop on turn 2. We're playing first, and having 3 drops on turn 3 is not the worst. Yeah, we get to anticipate, find more stuff potentially. Life is gonna be fine. It's all good. All right, lead out with Shipwreck Marsh. Pass the turn. I guess we just get out all of our tap lands since we're not doing anything. All right, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're playing up against a control deck, of course. Is it control? What is it? Enchantments potentially. What is this one? There's also just like land shenanigans that can happen here as well. All right. What's the odds that Satoru doesn't get blocked if I play it out instead? Probably not very good. But I can play Biting Palm Ninja, has Menace, and then play Toski and start drawing cards. That just sounds better. So we're just going to go ahead and play this out. It has Menace. I get to discard potentially. I have Toski. Life can be fantastic. 3 mana. Reveal top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into your graveyard. And you have to return it back to its owner's hand. That's pretty bad. The channel ability can be pretty good. I mean, it is ramp. You get to bring it back to hand, though. No longer have blockers. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. More black mana, more green mana. I have big green things I need to play. In general, though, we typically need more black mana. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Play out Toski. Hopefully it doesn't get countered. Please don't counter it. Don't be rude, dude. Bounces this probably? Yeah, that's fine. Getting rid of a land to do it. Annoying, but that's fine. All right, come on, 1-drop. I want a good 1-drop evasive creature. That's what this deck is built around. Come on! All right. So they have a blocker for Toski. That's fine. How long can I wait for Satoru? There's a chance I can get going with it right away if I do this. Let's play out Satoru instead. Swing it for 1. It gets blocked. Pass the turn. I'm going for the combo here. All we care about is making this thing work. All right, they get to block. They get to return it back to the hand. No lands there. Is it only lands that you find there? The top 4 cards library. The other thing too is that this just fills the graveyard. There's not a ton of amazing ways to fill graveyards. So this is Brilliant Restoration. So that's basically what they're going for. I think they're playing a bunch of artifacts, enchantments, going for their Brilliant Restoration by ramping up or whatever. And there's some decent ways to ramp. So cool things to do. All right, so we do get to play out one of our big dudes. Hopefully it doesn't get bounced. So attack in. See which one gets blocked. So this has the ETB effect. It can't be countered. We need the ETB effect to happen. We get to draw cards. Coma could be better, but now we're doing this one. Okay, ninjutsu it. We get to anticipate as well and go find a land here. So that should happen right now. Ninjutsu ability activated before this hits the battlefield. We get a land. They can probably bounce it back. Wait, what? Does this say if it's cast from hand? When it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Oh, I didn't have a land. What? Oh, so activating the ninjutsu ability, I guess it returns it back before it activates. I didn't know that. That is a bummer. I thought that you were able to ninjutsu Satoru and still get the ability. I didn't get a chance to have this part, the anticipate part of this, and I'm actually really angry about that. Whenever it becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. All right, Cemetery Desecrator, we can play this out next turn. 4/4 with Menace. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile another creature from graveyard. When you do, choose one. Remove X cards from... It's from a graveyard. They have some pretty big stuff from their graveyard. Right? Remove X cards from where X is mana cost. Negative X, negative X, where X is mana value. So they have a bunch of big creatures, which is good. We have some ways to flash things in. Ooh. Let's play out Satoru first. I could just kill something. We could just draw cards with Toski as well, right? Yeah, whatever. I guarantee they're going to be playing some board wipes with this deck. All right, so let's base out the CMC on this. Okay, getting rid of this could be nice too. Ah, whatever. Get rid of the bigger thing. Get in for more damage. Attack in. They'll block the Toski. They get to return it back. I mean, and now we're not even playing a ninjas deck. Now we're just playing big, beefy things. Deal with it, yo. I'm expecting some sort of board wipe in this deck, though, because they're playing probably board wipes and then Brilliant Restoration to bring their things back when they want to. We'll see, though. We did get to use the Satoru, and we did get a Cultivated Colossus. I really thought that we were going to be able to anticipate first, which would let us get a land to be able to start going off a little bit with the Colossus. So going with the Coma would have been way better there instead of the Colossus, but, you know, whatever. Whatsoever. I can, so when it enters the battlefield, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. So I actually think I'm just going to go for this Thousand Face Shadow this next turn. We got a bunch of big things. Wait, what was that they played? Oh, they put it onto our guy, yeah. Okay. Cool, all right. All right, guys, we got to combo. We did get to go off with Cultivated Colossus a little bit. Well, we didn't have lands in hand, so it didn't actually go off. I should have played Coma instead. I really thought that, so it's whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, the awkward thing about activating ninjutsu ability is that you return the unblocked attacker immediately to its hand. I feel like that should activate at the same time as it being on the battlefield, and so it's activating. There's some triggers that happen where they get to activate even if the creature's leaving the battlefield at the same time, and I'm really surprised that that one doesn't activate at the same time. I feel like that's what it's built to do, you know. And so I'm a little bit bugged about how that worked. That it might be a bug that might just also be the rules. You guys let me know down in the comments below. That would have been a lot better with Cultivated Colossus. Old Gnawbone would have been really fun to hit him with. Koba would have ended that other game a lot quicker if they did have board wipes, which we knew they probably would have. This would have just, you know, been able to dodge the board wipes, do everything we needed to. And so we did get to make it happen, though. We got to play a few big things here. We got to play a bunch of stuff in the early game. They definitely weren't strong enough. The early game definitely wasn't strong enough to be able to actually win games. We got our stuff out. We were doing our ninjutsu thing, but we were just getting run over by lots of decks that were just actually dealing damage. But we were able to still hang in there for longer and do whatever. The hardest part about this deck is that we have to find Satoru to really make it work. And it has to survive in the early game. And we have to find one of these things. And the issue is that by playing all of these creatures and all this stuff, I'm not finding lots of ways to draw cards. There are a few other flying artifact creatures, whatever. Like there's a bird that's in the 1-drop slot that can enter the battlefield and scry for you. You can there's a bunch of other options you can go for. I don't think that those are better than Eye Twitch, Thousand Face Shadow. And because we're playing green, I wanted to at least have a couple green 1-drops because we do have green mana in hand at times. And maybe not blue, maybe not black. And so I think it's important to have at least some 1-drop that's in green. And this is the best one for that. It's a ninja. It gets buffed with Silverflow Master. And Death Touch is pretty good a lot of times. So I think overall this deck is built okay. Just the issue of not having lots of card draw, which we do have Toski to make that happen. And when we got him out there and we did stuff, it was great if we were actually able to attack. But we just never sequenced our deck out very well in this video. And so I think if you sequence it out better, I think the deck can be really powerful. I think Acquisition's Expert with Binding Palm Ninja was awesome. Be able to, you know, just discard like crazy against the opponent. But we never really got to see just like put out a bunch of our early game stuff, hit a Toski, draw 5 cards, and then be able to go off of the combo the next turn because we have all the cards in the world. You know, that's what I was hoping to have happen. Never did, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.